Anyway, let's get into it.
Mhm.
So I actually just added this one into the doc, and maybe this is just me, I'm middle aged now, and maybe this is just me being like a middle aged dad, but like I find it, I don't know whether it's annoying or disrespectful, and maybe I'm looking into this too much, but when you're talking to a prospect, and they refuse to schedule a call, but they call you out of the blue and they expect you to talk to them. Or, hey, Joe, it's so and so. I've been trying to get, for me, forget about the call. I've been trying to get in front of someone. I send them emails. I leave them voicemails. I send them even videos. And I said, hey, let's get together at either this date at this time or this date at this time. If that doesn't work, let me know.
Right.
And instead of getting back to me, they'll call me in an hour, leave me a voicemail, and just be like, Joe, call me.
Right. Yeah,
Am I the guy?
those call me's, those urgent call me's I never like. Call me, like yeah,
Well, that, or hey, this so and so,
yeah,
call me when you get a chance.
right,
Like, dude, I'm trying to schedule a meeting to have an intelligent conversation.
right.
Am I looking into this too much?
No, you and I, we grew up with similar philosophies around selling and developing business, and it's always been chance favors the prepared.
Absolutely.
And if it's you can't be on your A game every second of the day, but when you schedule, and I live by my calendar. If it's not on my
Yep.
calendar, actually, I missed a call this earlier this week because somebody forgot to send me the invite, and they were texting me at 10 a.m. saying, "Are we still on?" I'm like, I never got an invite, so it wasn't on my calendar, and so I was on another call.
Right.
So the point is that you and I, we want to put our A game, best game in front of everybody, and we can do that if we're prepared. And that's why you schedule calls. I mean, there's support calls and somebody that needs something right away, they can call you, obviously.
There's always
Um,
exceptions. I don't
yeah,
want to sound that crazy, but
right,
just knowing that the conversation I want to have is to advance something forward. I don't want
right.
that to be on a whim.
Right.
You
And
know,
I
as
love, yeah, I love having a list of
yeah,
questions and even questions that I sent out ahead of time
yes,
so that if I don't know the answer, or if it's something, really rich or deep or techy, we want to have those answers for especially a prospect. We want to make that first dance, nice.
you actually make a better use of both of your time.
Everybody's time,
So that's what I'm
everybody's
getting
time.
to.
Yeah, yeah,
You're showing them respect
yeah.
by preparing and by using their time the best way possible. When somebody calls me and out of nowhere, they're not
Right.
showing me that same, that's not reciprocity. They're not showing me that same respect.
And
That tells me,
you can't give them your everything.
yeah,
Because if somebody calls you and you pick and sometimes you pick up, and shame on me, sometimes I do pick up and I'm like, oh my gosh, I shouldn't have, because I'm focused on three other things. So you aren't giving them your full attention. If you schedule a call and everything, and you're prepared for the call and you've got your questions out there, you can give them your full 45 minutes. You can give them your best,
it's respectful. It's
yeah.
respectful. And how many times, I mean, we were in our CRM world. I guess this still happens to us even in MergedAnalytics, but like, you're like, you know what? I'm going to answer the phone. And then
Yeah.
you answer the phone,
Yeah.
and then it's a conference room full of people. Joe, is this a good time to talk? I'm like,
Yeah.
I guess so. They're like,
Right,
great.
right.
We have this one, and this one in the
Uh,
room. And
I've done that before. Like the video goes on and there's like 15 people around a table. I'm like, okay, well, let me comb my hair here,
they're like, hey, we're
uh,
looking at your
uh,
competitor, and they do this. What do you think? I'm
yeah,
like, come on,
yeah,
send me
yeah,
something ahead of time so
right.
anyway.
So that happened to you, I guess, recently. That just kind
It
of, yeah,
did,
yeah,
and it was someone that I actually really respect, someone who's actually been
yeah,
good to me. So,
right,
but it's their style, and I thought a lot about it last night. I'm like, is
right.
maybe it's me? Maybe I'm just being, but like,
No,
I mean,
it's
we
funny
just
because
work.
fool me once. That there are personalities out there that they just have they spin off a sense of urgency constantly. It's like, call me, like, and you do that two or three times, then it becomes noise to me, because If it's not urgent or I don't know what you need, then you're putting me, at unrest, and I'm getting nervous, or I got to call back, or you're disrupting my day. And if you keep doing that, then it just becomes noise. It's the boy who cried wolf. You can't put that sense of urgency out there all the time, especially if it's not that important,
And
So,
the only
and that goes back to training our prospects and users. I know you
Well,
had that on
that
top.
and then we could put a bow on this, but
Yeah,
it might also be like a generational thing too, and that's not
true.
acceptable though.
Instant gratification,
No, but there's a
yeah,
certain there's a
yeah,
certain
yeah,
age of person
yeah,
that this is how they've done business their whole career. They
right,
don't think anything of it. But
right.
that's like you can't evolve. You can't be like, you know what, people don't work like this anymore. I don't know. No, and certain industries are worse than others.
Exactly. It depends on what product, what service, what industry.
Absolutely.
You're absolutely right. Some things are right away, or warrant a call right away, and this and that. It hasn't been our environment for our career, or as long as we've known.
And just the type of thing that we're selling. Like it's not
Right.
something that we could, and just again though, there are always exceptions to rules. But I mean, I like, and the other thing is, if you're gonna do that, and then we'll put a bow on this. This is
Right.
I meant to
Yeah.
say this earlier.
Right.
If you leave a voicemail, if you're going to call somebody out of the blue, and leave a descriptive
Yeah.
voicemail. The
Yeah.
voicemail I got from this person was, "Hey Joe, call me back."
Call me. Call me as soon as you can. Call me as soon as you can. Oh, yeah.
What?
All right.
Okay, maybe there's something important that I could look up before I call.
Right.
Like, "Hey Joe,
Right.
I have a specific question about," or
Right.
"Hey, just
Yeah.
help me," as Tom Cruise said, "Help me help you."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there are, and there are, practices and seminars about how to leave a proper voicemail,
Absolutely.
and on both sides. If I'm selling something, or if I'm calling into a prospect, I want to leave a proper voicemail so that the person receiving it understands it, knows how to react, wants to react, maybe doesn't want to react. That's important, how to leave a voicemail. That's a whole nother
Well,